We're back with no swear words, no laughing, no nothing. We're coming in straight face with just a little bit of Pennsylvania cigarette cough there, KB. How's it going, everybody?
It's going good. Yeah, it's going good, man. It's going good. We're here. We're live. I had to sit in unfortunately, thanks to last episode, I had to sit in the corporate compliance HR meeting because, one of my coworkers felt, targeted. So I had to sit in an HR meeting, and let me tell you, dude, Susan from HR, she's rough, bro. She's rough. I don't know where you found her, but she's rough, man. I had to sit there and it was a whole thing. It was a whole, but I want to say I'm a changed man from that HR meeting.
What are you talking about?
You gotta do the cut zoom. Have you never seen an episode of The Office, Eric Ladd? Like, come on now.
Yeah, come on, Eric. Come on.
He's reenacting it. Oh, yeah. We get some Boss Coffee ASMR up in here early.
For relaxing times.
You honestly needed that coffee like, I don't know, 2 hours ago when you were sitting at the cafe with the dude that wasn't wearing shoes.
Yeah.
Yo, so listen to this. So when I moved to Australia, like one of the first things that you find is just like the slight cultural differences. And there are people here that walk around the streets with no shoes on. And the first time I saw it was like, okay, this person is just like homeless or something. But then like, it's like they're well presented, like slicked over hair, like they're, freshly showered, like, their clothes are nice and washed and dried, and they're wearing expensive clothes, but they just have no shoes on. I don't understand. So is the phrase "no shirt, no shoes, no service" like prevalent in Australia? No, not at all. I mean, like I've seen people walk into the gas stations like with just board shorts on. That's it. Like they're just straight off their Toyota Land Cruiser going into 7-Eleven, getting a pack of smokes and walking out. They've got they're trailing sand in there. They got no shirt, no shoes, no nothing.
Too close to the beach. Too close to the beach. So what you're telling me is it's just a nation full of hippies. That's what you're saying.
Suppose so.
That's great. That's just friggin' great, Eric. Met one dude that did the same thing. He wanted to get in touch with nature as a whole. Walked around without shoes on. Yeah. His name was Eli. Wasn't surprised by that with a name like that.
Can I tell you? Look, this is just a little
prophecy.
Listen, oh my God, here we go. So there was a time I was watching Steve-O's podcast and Pontius was on, and he said last time he was in Australia, he did a bunch of unsavory substances and went into an Australian apartment complex butt naked. Sorry, no, redacted. He's screaming, banging on windows and stuff. The Australian police throw him in a cell, and they're like, dude, what's going on? He's like, I'm really sorry. I did a bunch of things. I was surfing all day, and they let him go. The only thing they asked him to do was to apologize to everybody, every single person in that apartment complex. And I'm like, man, Australia sounds like a heck of a place. I'm like, had he done that here in the States, man, they would have put a bar of soap in a tube sock and beat the crap out of him in jail.
I was gonna get ahead of that one, but
you were thinking what I was thinking. Yeah, put him in jail. Don't drop the soap.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Not in Australia. They're just too nice down there. So, it's a bunch of hippies.
It was a prison state before. They don't want to do it all over again. Just make people apologize. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Are Australians the new Canadians then? Is that what we're coming to that conclusion?
Yes, but instead of A, they say I will say, like, good Lord, depending on where you live, Australia can be pretty easygoing. There is hustle and bustle and all that kind of stuff, but as a whole, I find that Australia is more relaxed, I suppose. Just in my experience, like my 8 years or almost 10 years experience being here. Interesting.
That is pretty wild, man. I mean, that must be all that good ocean air. I mean, hell, if I lived next to a beach all the time, I'd probably be happy.
Well, I went to the beach, like 2 weeks ago, and it was wonderful. So it's going to be like 70 degrees today, 73. Next Sunday, Christmas Day, is going to be a nice 80 degrees. I mean, and then the following Tuesday is going to be 98. So it's ramping up.
That's great. Yeah, next Saturday is going to be 2 degrees here. 2.
Yikes
indeed.
Nerdwire, how are you going? What's going on? What's happening in your neck of the woods?
Oh, nothing much. I had news last week that I chose not to share immediately.
Coming up,
because
Cody.
I hadn't shared with my team. Yep, listen. Everything, it's still coming up, Cody.
Let's hear it.
But no, I figured, what better time to share than now? And so your boy, Nerdwire Plays, pew, 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 is now going, just cut that. It's cringe. It's fine. But we're going full-time streamer, full-time dad, full-time assistant to my wife's beautiful business. I'm stepping away from my regular employment, and I put in my resignation last week on Friday. From the position I was in. It was a hard-fought battle and an emotionally taxing week leading up to that, but I can't tell you, dude, like how relieved I was to like finally get that and be like, I'm done. No more. So I'm excited. I'm excited because I've got a lot of opportunity to pursue things that creatively engage me. I mean, even this week alone, like I was able to do an emote stream on top of like my regular stream stuff. Which by the way, if you guys didn't tune in, you can get all the coolest emotes whenever we get them approved. Here on Twitch, but now over on the Discord, if you guys go over there and join. So, but like I was able to pursue some things creatively even this week that I normally wouldn't have been able to, and like it's been really, really, really good. I'm super excited. Like I'm happy.
You have the headspace to take things on, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. That's honestly wonderful news.
I don't feel like I am letting one part of my life down over the other to do XYZ thing, depending on what I choose to do with my time. So like it feels really good. It feels really liberating. For those of you that don't know, in case you hadn't guessed it, even though I said large North American retail chain, I worked for GameStop for the last like decade. So
what did you do? And like the position that you were in was pretty high up. And
yeah, it was pretty high up. It was a district management position. So I was a district manager for GameStop. I started as a seasonal associate and worked my way up to district manager, but even beyond that, because of how close I'd gotten with several people at the corporate space, like a lot of the advertising and stuff that you guys see were portions of that were done by me. A lot of internal paperwork was done by me too. So like there's various different things that like I had my hand in that was more than just what my position was, and I'm glad to not have to worry about that so much anymore.
Absolutely. And I think there have been reports on the way that GameStop has been trending. I think right now is a good time for an exit strategy for you. Because the future of said retailer may be uncertain going forward, and the only thing that can be certain, or at least you can assure to be certain, is your time with your family and your happiness and your health.
Yep, it was awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Had a really good week. Anyway, that sounded a lot quieter and a lot less like stoked after I realized how cringy I sounded at the beginning, where it's like,
no, but it's a serious thing. I mean, like, we're all laughs and stuff and gags and stuff, but at the end of the day, what you do during the week is essentially sometimes how you define yourself. And unfortunately, I think you defined yourself in a position that was very stressful and very mentally taxing. And as a result, it's just a lot of baggage to carry during the week. So there you go. KB, what the heck have you been doing, dude? I don't know what you've been up
to. It makes two of us. I've been just getting ready for the next year, man. Just getting some things in order to like Cody, ramp up the streaming and content, man, because hashtag creator life.
Yeah.
So
it's the way to do it, man.
That's about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm already shopping for the next motorcycle, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, you did tease that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I talked it into existence now. Before it was just a tease. Now it's like, well, I could do this because we're not always going to live in this town where everything is right down the street that I could take a pseudo moped to. I might need something a little more giddy up and go. So we've been talking about that, and I know just from like a work standpoint, and I say work, air quotes, like just creator standpoint, I gotta make some purchases to get things going for, to help with the show, to help with my own stuff. So just doing that, man, busy, trying to stay occupied, because like just about a week from now is going to be Christmas.
Yep. That's right.
So
I mean,
I'm just trying to keep my mind occupied, man. That's all. That's all. So like this week's just been like, the closer I get to the day, the more I dread it. So I've been trying to stay positive, trying to play games with everybody, hang out with my friends, talk with my friends. And, I'm here with you guys. So we're doing all right. That's what I mean, man. Just staying busy. So
that's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. Mm-hmm. These are busy times. I mean, like I've barely had time to stream. I streamed for an hour on Wednesday when I finally could play Crisis Core, and I haven't touched the game since. I was actually sick during the week, so I had no energy. I was very mentally drained. And by the time I finally got back to feeling somewhat okay, I was like eyes deep in work. There's a collaboration project that I've been working on for the last couple of days, which should be out by the end of the year, which is a lot of work. There was a specific collab that I did 2 years ago that received quite a lot of views, and we're running on that kind of train again. So, but it's just a lot of work to get it done. And then there's another collab that just kind of came out of nowhere with my great friend Dane from Switch Wicked, which is really cool, which you guys will hear soon.
It's a tease.
I was gonna say he's such a tease, man. He's such a tease.
Stop it. Just stop it.
I know.
That's something I wanted to ask Eric. What are your plans for the new year? We know Cody's gonna be kicking it off. Guns blazing. I'm trying to have at least something blazing over here. What are you? What are your plans, man? I mean, are you gonna? Because I know you're busy. You're living that work life, parent life, all that stuff. How's everything on the content front looking?
It's pretty much just the motivation to do it. Like right now, I want to. I've had a video filmed, and I just need to edit it to put up on YouTube. I'm like, my channel hit 3,000 subscribers over the week, and this is a channel I started in 2012. So. That's awesome. I started around that time where everybody was doing video gaming channels, and my problem was just consistency. And I want to, in 2023, if I could do anything, is try and be more consistent without teetering on burnout. Because I find the problem is you can have consistency, but with consistency sometimes comes burnout. And I've tried that line before, and I've gone way over that line before too. But I just got to be very wary of how hard I want to push myself. And of course, just having the motivation is the real kicker, because half the time I feel like I'm just so damn tired. So I don't know how Nerdwire does what he does, like doing 2 streams. You did 2 streams yesterday. You did the Emo stream, and then you did your stream too. And it's like, my God, I don't know where you pull it from, dude.
It's all up in my that's where it's at, and I'm just gonna pull it on out, and we're gonna do this, and just kind of grind. But no, dude, like I think the biggest thing to avoid the burnout there is to not consider the payoff. That's the worst part, is when you're like, man, I'm putting in all this work and I'm not getting the result I desire.
Yep.
And if you can just look past that and go, hey, I'm putting in all this work and I'm proud of this, regardless of whether it gets the result I want. Like that's what That's what keeps me going. Like at the end of the day, like I'm going to pop in, I'm going to do 2 streams and I'll have 5 people or I'll have 25 people. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't care about the result at the end of the day. I'm having fun and I'm doing it and I'm proud of the work that I'm doing with it. And eventually the result will happen, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like the most motivated I have been this year was doing the live stream record in three weeks. 3 weeks. I put together a vinyl from start to finish. So like having that eye on the prize mentality is like sometimes all I need to just blaze through something. So my hope is to get at least 1 or 2 vinyls done 2023. Yep. So speaking of pulling things out of absolutely nowhere, we have a voicemail this week. Now this one comes to us from our latest Patreon supporter. That's not the right one. Our latest Patreon. This I'm telling you, man. Our latest Patreon supporter, Legion Gaming.
Okay,
we got there in the end. So thank you to everybody here on Patreon for supporting us. We released our latest show over on Patreon the other day, the Midnight Snack, which is our after dark and unhinged show. And my goodness, like I can't even begin to describe what we talked about in that show.
It is so good. It is so good. It's probably my favorite bonus content that we've created thus far.
That's good.
Because like I feel like for once we could kind of cut loose and just talk about like whatever during that time and just be realistically us and like and know that like some other people are going to hear this and go, oh my God, and not realize these darker parts of the jobs that we have. So just a tease.
Just
jobs.
a tease.
It's about jobs, not Steven.
Not Steven
Jobs.
Not Steven.
All right.
R.I.P.
Here we go.
Hot dog Christ.
Oh my God.
Speaking of Steve Jobs, this voicemail is being played right off my MacBook Pro. Here we go.
Hey.
Hey guys, Legion Gaming here, or otherwise known as Lee. One question for you. Have you guys ever got a Christmas present from a family member that you just had to go, oh, geez, thanks, and just sort of put on a nicety face? I sort of have one like that. So I got a Christmas present from my nan many years ago, back in 2000. Got myself an N64 for Christmas with Mario 64 and Pokemon Snap. And then that was pretty much the only games I ever got from her for the system. I had that system for close to 10 years, and the only other 3 games I got from her were Mischief Makers 64, Star Fox 64, and Turok 64. All of my other friends had Pokemon Stadium and Zelda and all that, and I never got anything better. So, thanks, Nan, for getting me the 64, but wish you had got me some better games over the time, although I am grateful for the memories that I had from that system. Thanks, guys.
There you go.
Oh,
Christmas gifts that you've received and have gone, ooh, could have done better.
Yikes. Yay.
All right.
I think we talked about this like a couple of weeks ago slightly. I put my toe in the water just a bit because I talked about getting Star Wars Shadows of the Empire for N64 at the time. And like those games that Legion like named off, I really like Turok. I really like Turok 64 a lot. It's bad, but I like it a lot. But that was the way I felt about Shadows of the Empire at the time, was like I didn't like this game, and then I realized like no, my parents had some darn good taste. I just didn't at that point. Like I was like, I'm not getting Super Smash Bros. Like, but you know, not gaming related. But I had a family member that every single year would give me a fanny pack filled with free samples of soaps and deodorants.
What the heck?
No, that's impressive, dude.
And that was the only gift. It was the only gift.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark, the whole year through.
My parents would get their kid like the coolest stuff. I was like, man, I want this. Like, and you have this WWE wrestling ring going over there. And you got like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazords rolling in over there too. Like, and I'm just like,
Bed Bath and Beyond, like cherry blossom lotion sample in your fanny pack.
Wasn't even that good. It's like Axe.
Did you have like the little like JC Penney bottles of cologne?
Yes. Oh, yo. Yes, I remember one year I did get a full bottle of Brute And I was 13.
No.
I was 13. I slathered that on. I'm like, I'm going to get all the ladies.
Yeah, you did.
But like it was one of those things that I was like, yeah, this is, and I grinned and bared it. And I remember I left the last year we did exchanges. And I think my parents got kind of fed up with it too, because they were like, that's it. We're not buying any more Christmas gifts for them. And I was like, oh shoot, like, am I that ungrateful? And they were like, no, we just think it's unfair. You keep getting handed a fanny pack full of free samples of soap, and we give them a real gift. I was like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Fruit.
What's yours?
What about you, Aaron?
Me? Christmas, I never really got disappointed on Christmas. I did have a birthday once where I got concert tickets, and I pulled him out of the box and said, is this a joke?
Who was it for?
Concert tickets, though.
It was so hold on. So the whole it was a gift from an ex, right? And this puts this box in front of me, this giant box, and I'm like, yo, finally something good for once. So I'm so excited. I open up the box. I'm rooting through the packing peanuts. I find an envelope. I'm like, okay. So nothing written on it. So I open it. And like, I saw tickets for Ariana Grande. And I'm like, is this a joke? Like, what is this? So I set it on the table. Still, like, I'm rooting through the packing peanuts looking for like the actual gift. So then it turned into a whole thing, which was awesome, by the way, because when we I'm like, no, we're gonna go. Like this was willed into existence. Now we have to go. So we go. The seats were like nosebleed. They oversold. I was 8 rows from the stage, man. I got upgraded for a show I didn't even want to go to.
Was it a good show at least?
Oh, dude, it was great.
I don't believe you. Listen, I'm down. Like Ariana Grande did like a cover of a Hercules song during coronavirus for like ABC's like family music sing along, Disney family sing along, to like take everyone's mind off of coronavirus when everyone was stuck at home. Yeah, and like it's a phenomenal cover. She sang beautifully. And she did all of her own stuff. I was like, this is cool. She's
a heck of a performer, but what really made me enjoy that concert was to always look over and see the pain on this broad's face, because she knew she messed up.
This broad.
She knew what she did, and that this wasn't.
Gotta get that dame off the stage.
So I'm just looking over like, yeah, you're really eating it now, huh? You know what I mean? Like it was that, but that was my like, what is this gift moment? Like what? Like I never listened to Ariana Grande.
Hold on, I might have missed it, because I was talking to By Amber Ladd in the live chat about fanny packs and possible merch later. But why did you end up with the Ariana Grande tickets? Did you tell anyone?
No, that was the whole thing. I was gifted these tickets out of like thin air. I don't know what the whole thing was, but I'm sitting there I'm holding it like this, going like, Ariana Grande tickets, are you for real? And like I threw them on the table, and I'm like, how much did you pay for these? Can we get a refund? Like,
oh man,
yeah.
At least you got upgraded.
I got upgraded, man. I mean, it was a good show. How did you get upgraded? So like,
you didn't even want to go.
They oversold. We went. I forced us to go, because then it turned into a whole thing. And I said, no, you're dumbass bottom. We're going. Like, sorry. We're going. So we went, and I had fun. I can't say the other one did, but I had a blast.
So you're there like in the 8 rows back.
8 rows, man. I'm in it. I don't even know the songs. I'm just like, hey.
You know what's really bad is like probably row 9 behind you, seeing your 6'4", just like standing right in front of them, cheering, and they're like, I love Ariana, but I can't see through this giant.
It was a hoot, dude. But yeah, that would be my present. Christmas, man. I would get a healthy dose of games. I play any and all games. You should know this from past episodes. I'm middle of the road. I'll play anything. You could give me Math Blaster, and I'll be like, I don't know numbers, but I guess I will after playing this. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I mean, even clothes. I don't really like getting clothes for Christmas, but then whenever I go, I have nothing to wear, and I'm like, oh, where did this shirt come from? I don't even remember having that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, clothes are cool. I'll take them. Yeah, I got nothing to wear. I wear the same 2 shirts. Like, oh, there's a third one in back there. Where'd that come from? You know? So,
oh man,
that's too good.
So there you go. There you
What's
go.
you, Eric? What's yours, dude?
I have no clue.
Do you have like a bad gift?
I've received.
I know. When we talked last, you said your parents did really, really well, but surely you have that forgotten family member that you're like, God, why did you get me this?
Honestly, I don't even. Like, there's absolutely nothing that comes to mind. Like,
say
I've. Christmas has always been okay, and like, you get the old pants, like, I don't want flannelette PJs, like, as a 10-year-old. But now, like, I'm barely getting through. Like, all my underwear have holes in it. Like, you should have. Like, we finished swimming. I'm gonna tell you, we finished swimming lessons yesterday, and I put a pair of underwear on in the little changing cubicle, and it had like the biggest hole. And I turned around and I showed Amber. She's like, "Oh my God, don't do that."
That's just built-in ventilation, man. That's not a hole. That's a feature.
That's a porthole, the back door. So like now,
Quite a poo-poo.
now in case I need to shit myself, I can just go. Like, so the thing is like now I'm praying for socks and undies and like new body wash. Like it's so funny. Like my grandmother-in-law, Amber's nan, always every year gives all the guys like Lynx Africa body wash, which is Axe. They called Lynx here. It's called Lynx Africa, and like every year I get the body wash, and like I'm looking at my body wash now, and I'm thinking, you got another 7 days in you, dude. I don't know, like we're hanging out for this.
Just fill it up with water, shake it around just a little bit, make sure it's like nice and foamy, so we can get lathered. I understand.
680 knows about the Lynx Africa. It must be a UK thing too. So I mean, like I don't know. I legit don't. I don't remember any terrible Christmas.
Well, what about a birthday, man? Because that's how I was. I didn't have a terrible Christmas, but I mean, I had that one birthday. There's always that one birthday.
Even birthdays, man. Like
oh man,
we always did okay on birthdays. Like I remember the one year I sabotaged myself because I grabbed. I talked about this before. Final Fantasy V and Chrono Trigger was the double pack. I asked my mother to give it to me early, and then on my birthday I had nothing. So it was like I sabotaged myself. I'm sure I've had like awful Christmas presents, but I don't remember.
They were not bad enough to remember, but they were so bad they were forgettable.
I mean, second worst birthday gift I ever had was a Call of Duty for Wii. I mean, come on. Like,
that's a good Call of Duty, though.
I know that now. Not like when I was 14, 15. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play with my friends on Xbox, not on Wii. What nerd played Call of Duty on his Wii?
You know what? The talk of this, I will say quickly here before, and I told my son I would say this. The talk of the town here are the Shopkins cutie cars. I don't know if anybody. Cody, you might know about Shopkins.
Yeah, I know about Shopkins.
Yeah, my son's all about the cutie cars at the moment now, so he's like pretending to be the cutie cars, and I told him that I would be the cutie car pickup truck on Dad's show today. So if he's listening, he'll say, "Oh, what's Dad talking about the pickup truck?" You know, whatever. Yeah, he laughed.
Oh man,
That's awesome.
All right,
that's awesome.
Very good. Let's head on over to our Newsbyte because we have so much insane news. You're not going to believe it.
So much.
Thank you.
We're going to party like KB and row number 8 of our Ariana Grande concert.
Baby.
Let's go.
We're living.
Hey guys, we got a pretty big.
I gotta let my cat out. You keep going.
Oh, okay. We got a pretty stacked news bite segment here, KB.
I know we do. I know.
I'm gonna hit a couple of these. Hello, kitty, pretty kitty. Oh, I heard a meow.
Meow.
Look at her. Oh, is it a she or a he?
It's Rosie.
I know Rosie.
Rosie.
So Rosie. I mean, that's pretty ambidextrous name. That's not the right word.
Ambidextrous.
It's both hands name. But that being said, we got a big snack news segment. So first up on this. Mm-hmm. Outbound Ghost publisher files lawsuit against developer in the wake of dissolved relationship. KB, you played Outbound Ghost. Eric, you played Outbound Ghost. Both of you guys did some of it on stream. I didn't do any of it on stream. I bought it. Can somebody fill me in here? What is going on?
Well, what I know is just, the little bit of basic of this guy is I don't know, what did he say was like 22 years old, and this is his first ever game. He made this by himself and published it with the help of I don't know, Digerati. They have the name in here.
Yeah, Digerati.
Yeah.
So what happened was everything got released on PC early on, and everything was great. It was I had no issues. It ran fine on Steam Deck. And it finally came to consoles, and it was really, really bad. And he's had a lot of issues trying to patch the game, and he's actually posted videos of himself saying, please do not support this game on consoles. They've released a version of which I haven't given a green light to, and the publisher has now come out with a lawsuit against him. Yes.
Yeah, from the little I saw on Twitter, man, I mean, it seems like it's the Nintendo Switch strikes again for indie devs in being the worst console to put your games on at launch.
That didn't used to be like that. Like, that was the premier place for indie devs to go because of the platform that Nintendo gave them.
Well, but, you want to know something funny? There was a game called Monster Crown. It was supposed to be like a Game Boy Color type Pokemon version. It sold gangbusters on Steam. Works really, really good everywhere else but Switch. And the devs just said, I'm sorry, but I can't give you the patch that everyone else has because of Nintendo's hardware and their update system. So you're stuck with what you have, and what you're stuck with is a very low performing, low frame rate, low everything game that if you played, I mean, for me, made me like want to puke, dude. Frames were so low. It was like, it was rough, really bad. So do you feel bad for the developer in this sense, or do you feel bad for the publisher? Because it seems like the publisher tried helping him to get his game out there. After like reading this before the show, it was like the dev was the publisher was helping the dev.
They said,
wasn't he in the news somewhat recently though, where the publisher put his game on sale without asking him to?
Yes.
Like for a deeply discounted price, which cuts into his margins?
Yes, that's correct.
I thought I saw that. I wasn't sure if this was the same game or if it was him. So like, I don't know if you'd call that help necessarily.
I mean, I want to say that game went on sale after he went out and did all the backlash for the console version. And apparently, according to this, he went on Steam and started slandering his own game on Steam, and they made him remove it all.
Absolutely. There was some stuff that was since removed. I saw it just in the article here, but like I think it's an unfortunate situation because, like, as a developer of your game, you want to be able to at least have some sort of control on how that game is received on consoles and PC. I just think it's really sad. It's unfortunate. I wonder if it has to do with like miscommunication or lack of experience on this guy's part. Like, not
that's what I'm leaning toward. I mean, he's 22-year-old kid.
He's still young. Like 22 is a kid, dude. I mean, like,
Yeah. Yep. 10 years ago. I mean, more than 10 at this point. 12 years ago for me is like, I mean, I was a totally different person.
Absolutely.
I was a totally different person.
100%.
Like, I can only imagine like having this kind of like somewhat moderate success, because Outbound Ghost wasn't not popular.
No.
A lot of people knew about that game. They called it Paper Mario's spiritual successor. No pun intended, Ghost. But anyway, if that's crazy, that sucks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric.
No, I was just saying it blew up on Twitter. Like, that's how I found out about it. I reached out to him to come on the show. Never got a response, of course.
Well,
You know,
that's what I was going to say. Do we think maybe he got a little too big for his britches there at one point? You know, the game was very, very hyped up, very talked about. The game it was received really well, had great reviews for PC. You know, he's riding that wave, and then the publisher says, we have to hit this window. We have to hit this window for console. You have to be ready. And he probably, I don't know, maybe said, yeah, I'll be sure, whatever. It's like college. I'll be ready. They'll give me an extension, sure.
Right. It's a possibility.
I'm going to have a quick look at the Metacritic reviews. Nobody has scored it yet on Switch. PC has a Metascore of 65. And some of the user reviews saying that it's really buggy. So, like, I don't know. It's
maybe I just didn't play far enough ahead.
Yeah,
right. I wouldn't have said there was a 65 Metacritic game.
Yeah,
like I really enjoyed what I played of it.
So I don't know if this game has kind of like it had its initial burst of popularity, but now it's just gonna go downhill. I mean, on Steam, it's like the reviews are now mixed on Steam. That's interesting.
I think part of it is his review bomb.
Yeah, he review bombed the heck out of it.
Yeah, so there's a review here on Steam, one of the recent ones. This game is not authorized by the developer. I can't support a game that was pushed without his blessing. Don't buy this game until the developer regains control from the publisher or manages to release independently. That's not going to happen. Like it
can't happen.
It's licensed now through the publisher. So like he would have signed a contract. There's nothing he can do. So unfortunately, this game is just going to burn up. That's it.
Yep. So when it goes to, because it's going to go legal, he's absolutely going to fight it. Let's say the rolling is not in his favor. What happens then? Does the game become like, is he not involved in any more projects that involve the words outbound ghost? You know, like,
I genuinely have no insight from that. Like, it's honestly, I think back to when I was younger and I was on the Tumblr platform and I talked about like doing Nerdwire over there, and I felt like I got bullied off that platform slightly, and I quit creating content. Like, that's, dude, like at 22 to have something this bad happen in something that you were so passionate about to happen, like I wouldn't be surprised if he never, I wouldn't at 22. Maybe 10 years down the road when he gets more experience, he might be considering it, but who knows?
And not only that, he's got there's a bit of a tainted reputation there, regardless of if he's in the right or the wrong.
Yep.
He's got that baggage to carry with him publicly now.
He handled it wrong, incorrectly. Even if he was in the right, he handled it incorrectly. Like, it doesn't matter. Crazy. If we want to talk a little bit more about legal stuff, though, Phil Spencer says Sony wants to grow at Xbox's expense. I don't know if you guys saw this. This article came from Kotaku. Quoted, Sony is leading the dialogue around why the deal shouldn't go through to protect its dominant position on the console. So the thing they grab onto is Call of Duty, Spencer said in an interview with the Second Request Antitrust podcast last week. Quote, the largest console maker in the world is raising an objection about the one franchise that we've said would continue to ship on the platform. Which, by the way, I don't know if we've talked about this on the show. I feel like we haven't. But there were extra terms to the deal that we mentioned last week, the 10-year deal, that it was going to be available through PlayStation's collection for 10 years also. Like, Microsoft would allow PlayStation to keep the rights to Call of Duty to put on their streaming platform to allow them to play it on there. And Sony still balked at that deal because why? Couple of other things that were mentioned in this article, though. Spencer went on to contrast Xbox's strategy of bringing its games day and date to PC and Game Pass with Sony's focuses on keeping its latest first-party blockbusters like Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok exclusive to console for the first few years. Quoting, Sony is trying to protect its dominance on the console. The way they grow is by making Xbox smaller. The subtext is that Sony is lobbying hard to block the $69 billion Activision deal, not because it's bad for consumers, but because it's not good for PlayStation.
It's just dumb. Who cares?
It's very dumb, man.
We've talked about this the whole Activision Sony thing like a lot, but who is playing Call of Duty on a PlayStation console? I'm sorry, but I just feel like that's always just been an Xbox thing, personally.
It basically is like when every year working at GameStop, so that they'll gift managers codes that way you know better how to play the games, you know better how to sell them. And so like every year I would get it on PlayStation because that was who Activision liked to partner with, was with Sony a lot of times.
Interesting.
And I would get the code, I would go play it, and I would absolutely dominate on PlayStation because none of those people over there, I'm sorry, Sony ponies, none of you guys over there know how to play a shooter to save your life. So like bringing over the skills that I've honed on Xbox for the years over to that PlayStation platform and just like wrecking, it was awesome. But like, I'm with you, like who's playing Call of Duty? Why is this so important? What the heck?
The thing is like, Sony has so much going for them in like even just within Japan, the walls of Japan. They should be leaning into that rather than trying to focus on something Western.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's dumb. Dumb
you know
as
what
hell.
Sony should do? They should buy the Pokemon company.
Yeah.
And then really, really, really unleash hell. But I don't know.
You know, there was a thing I saw. It was a representative for Microsoft on one of the money shows, right? That talk like stocks and all that stuff. And they said Sony is being absurd because Sony has well over 50 exclusives at their disposal at any given time. Microsoft has 8. He said Microsoft has 8. He said that the studios they've acquired, they do not consider those Xbox exclusives. They do not consider those first party titles. They consider that its own separate thing. So either like this is just Sony trying to dominate, like the article says, just to make us, lose. And I kind of feel Sony was burned so many times by Nintendo, by Sega, by everybody, to where now they're just middle fingers up, man. They don't care what bridge they burn and how they burn it. Another thing I'm wondering, Sony has always been buddy-buddy with Activision for a very long time. Do we think maybe there's some people in Activision that are like have deep pockets that are just trying to, float that over to Sony? Like, hey, cancel this thing and we'll make your life sweet.
That is interesting.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, no, the Yakuza of Sony's internal marketing plan and everything like that would make sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the chain of events. Like Activision was going under, Microsoft swoops in and says, "Yeah, hey, we'll fix it." Then
was that what you called this? A tinfoil talk? I'm down for that. 1,000%. Let's keep it going.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying they might.
We'll never be privy to the kind of information.
No.
In the snaky business dealings. But I mean, we talked about this last week. No game developer or publisher goes out there trying to make people happy. They're trying to make money. And sometimes you got to spend money to make money, float money to make money.
That's it, buddy.
Speaking of making money, let's see, how can I segue? This one's really interesting, and I think I know why. Mario Kart 7 updated to version 1.2. So I liked Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart 7 is great, but you got to remember Mario Kart 8 came out in 2014 and Mario Kart 7 came out in like 2012 or like 2011. So this is like a 10-year-old or 10-plus-year-old game, and they're still updating it. So with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe getting its third wave of DLC, which I have yet to play, Mario Kart 7 is getting an update here, which was released on the 13th of December. Apparently, some bug fixes were addressed to improve gameplay experience, but I really think it was due to a exploit that somebody found or people have found within the game for some specific something, which I'm going to Google right now because I am severely underprepared. What do you guys think of this
patch? The game's previous patch, which was also first dropped in May of 2012, which was also its first. So it's only had 2 patches. One in May of the year 2012.
And 10 years later.
And then one in December of 2023.
Well,
okay, so this patch might fix a severe security exploit. There is an even possibility that this patch fixes the same security bugs as other games, since Mario Kart 7 is a first-party Nintendo game and could use a lot of the same common netcode that was found to be vulnerable. So I know a lot of people were, putting some sort of games in their 3DS and then using that to like piggyback off the jailbreaking.
Still Diver. Still Diver. 1000%.
That was the one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can tell you last week somebody announced that Mario Kart 7 for DS through emulation can now be played online again. So I'm wondering if this patch kind of fixes that.
Stamps it out. Doesn't surprise me.
I mean?
People are still playing Mario Kart Wii online.
Those ninjas, man, they work in mysterious ways. There's probably one outside in the woods stalking me right now.
It's crazy that they're not specifying what it was done for, though. Like the patch literally reads, several issues have been addressed to improve the gameplay experience.
Who's playing? Mm-hmm. Who's still playing this game?
That's what I'm saying. Like, for whomst?
I mean, the adoring fans of Mario Kart, the best Mario Kart 7.
Mario Kart 7 was really good. It did introduce the glider, and I thought that was a neat concept. So, Speaking of Mario Kart, we do have another article here. It comes from our very reputable news source, hard-drive.net. Article states, Wii steering wheel attachment makes it through another round of cabinet reorganizing. Located in Tampa, Florida, local gamer Perch Goldman announced that the steering wheel attachment for his Nintendo Wii has made it through another round of cleaning and will remain in his cabinet for the time being. Quoted as saying, it was close. It was a close one this year, but eventually it seemed worth it to keep it around a little while in case I want to boot up Mario Kart with some friends sometime, said Goldman shortly after the purge. Going on to be quoted, I thought this was it for me. My apologies, let me back up his quote here. Honestly, the first time I used that stupid rifle attachment, I knew it wasn't worth keeping, and the Wii Sports things were fun when I was a kid, but I'm a man now, and I understand that it's not a real baseball bat, it's just plastic, Goldman explained. But there's something about that steering wheel that makes it worth keeping around. I'm glad to hear that for Goldman. I'm really glad the steering wheel made it another time around cabinet reorganization.
There was a time I wish I would have kept my Wii steering wheel, and I regret it every day ever since.
I know. Mm-hmm. And we've been on
enhanced my life.
Tilt controls since.
Talking about things that are getting reorganized. This news comes
you gonna gloss over that without laughing? Like
Listen, when we talk news, fellas, I'm only stoned.
Only news.
Only business.
It's president business up in here.
No, that was. I'm trying to. You know what I mean? We gotta. When we get those kind of articles, we gotta be serious, fellas. Come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
come on. Yeah. My God. Anyhow. So IGN decided to give us all this and share this awesome news from Pokemon that there's a new show coming. After 25 years, Ash is finally going to say that he caught them all.
That's a lie.
The Pokemon Company has just announced its next Pokemon anime series, and for the first time in 25 years, the main anime storyline won't feature Ash and Pikachu. The new series, which premieres in 2023 following Pokemon Ultimate Journey, the series, will instead star dual protagonists named Laiko and Roy in the Japanese version, and will also see featured the three Paldea starters, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. So how do we feel about after 25 years, Ash is finally thrown in the towel? He said, that's it. I'm done. I've beaten them all. I just can't go anymore.
I think it's fitting. It's Ash. I saw a clip on Twitter yesterday, and like I got unnecessarily emotional and choked up. And it was the clip of Ash letting his Butterfree go.
Oh yeah,
that episode, I had that on VHS, and I remember watching that, and I remember crying watching Ash let his Butterfree go. He's like, go ahead, and then the Butterfree goes off in the distance. And then there was a clip of after Ash becomes the Pokemon champion, he goes back to that same spot, and the Butterfree. I have chills. I'm like, you know,
I see the arm hair standing on edge.
Like I saw the clip of the Butterfree going back to Ash and reuniting with him 22 years later, and I'm just like, I just can't believe it. Like, it just made me really oddly emotional that this character arc, after like almost my entire life, is now closed. I think it's great because Ash has finally become the champion. But I mean,
where does he go from here at that point anyway, though? Like, it's like you can't, like, I can't imagine him doing anything else other than, I mean, he's not going to defend his spot as champion. That's just not how Pokemon works. Like, he is the very best. Like, no one ever was now. And like, I am very interested in this new series, though. Like,
same.
Me and the kids are cruising through the Indigo League right now, trying to catch up on all of the anime that has ever came out. Like, I'm really happy that they're not watching Blippi or freaking Cocomelon. We're watching Pokemon.
Good stuff.
Nice.
The anime. So their taste in cartoons got better. I was laying in bed with Lando, and he was asking to watch Sonic X, and I was like, yes, okay,
nice.
let's go.
I tried Sonic Prime. Did you watch that on Netflix?
He didn't want to turn that one on yet, so I was like, okay, we'll watch what you want to watch, whatever. But I like these new protagonists, and I really love the Paldean Pokemon. Like, almost every single Pokemon from that region has been really, really cool. This imagery you can see that there on the screen. Like, it is really good animation for what, like, I mean, compared to watching the Indigo League right now, this looks beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Do you
I'm really down.
there will be a connection to Ash? Do you think like this girl is like Ash's daughter?
I
don't know.
not.
That's Brock's son. Like, Brock finally got laid and he
That
has
would
a
make
kid.
sense.
They zoom
he finally
in.
got in with Nurse Joy.
Oh my
Nurse
god!
Joy.
Which one? Which Nurse
man.
Joy?
Officer Jenny.
But like they zoomed in on like his hat and that girl's like hair clip as, you know, like being somewhat similar. So I don't know, maybe there is a connection, but it's just wild. 25 years ago to think back, it was like 1998, dude.
It's a long time. A very long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I fell off the anime series when I got older, but now I kind of want to go back and watch them, like, just to see what Ash was up to. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm doing. It's what I'm doing. Join in, KB. They're very short episodes, very enjoyable. Good nostalgia.
My final point for Pokemon would be that first episode where Ho-Oh comes in.
Oh yeah,
chills again. Like, just the like the wonder of being in that world. Like, people don't realize Pokemon was such a amazing cultural phenomenon to be a part of in the late 1990s. The whole Pocket Monsters thing, like playing the Game Boy games, whatever. But then the show, that first episode, like I had an interest in Pokemon, of course. And then at the end of the episode, you see the rainbow and you see Ho-Oh, well, which was later confirmed to be Ho-Oh. We didn't know at the time. It was like, what's that? What's that thing? Then the whole, Mew is under the truck near the boat that you go on the cruise ship. Like, there's just a time like
it was.
I'd
man.
never be replicated. Anyway,
it was awesome. Speaking of RPGs, there's two pieces of news on here. You want to split the news for Final Fantasy stuff here, Eric? You follow one and I'll follow the other.
you do the one that you want to do, and I know which one you want to do.
Oh, the one I want to do. We got to talk about some big mommies going into Final Fantasy 14. Here we go, guys. Coming from Games Radar. Everyone knows it. Everyone adores it. It is a big goth mommy, and they have put her into Final Fantasy 14 as a giant ripped goth girl dungeon boss, guys. You can see this image as soon as this ad goes away. You guys desperately need to see this. I'm super excited. I don't even play Final Fantasy 14, but man, I am very interested suddenly.
You can play up to level 60 for free.
Yep.
I mean,
this is one for DJ Bob and me. But
oh my God.
Final Fantasy MMO getting a new dungeon in the update called Lapis Manalis, which sends players to an abandoned village in the Garlean Mountains in pursuit of Void Scent. Moving on just a little bit further, the boss of this dungeon is a reaper in the form of a big reapy goth girlfriend, apparently channeling the internet wrecking power of Lady Dimitrescu. One image confirms that the dungeon's big bad towers over your entire team and then some. We see what you're doing, Square Enix. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no extra opinions. Everyone knows how I am with these big goth mommies. I just wanted to make sure that I told everyone about it so that way they don't miss out. Eric, you want to talk about Crisis Core?
Let's just back up here. Like,
Pump the brakes.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to be the Greyhound bus driver. It looks like my future ex-wife 02 cases. Oh shit, that's good.
Amazing.
So this one's really good. So Final Fantasy Crisis Core came out the other day, and I have played 1 hour of it and no more because I have been way too damn busy, and I'm very disappointed that I've done this to myself. But Crisis Core is out, and Getty Images is now canon in Final Fantasy world. So there's it's so funny because this game is it's a remake or a remaster, the retexture of the PSP game. And so if somebody has found, there's a painting on the wall in one area of Crisis Core that features the Getty Images watermark, which is just really silly. Like,
it is. That's so good.
This article here is from Kotaku. Of course, they reached out to Square, but didn't hear back before publication. Probably didn't hear back at all. So, do you think they're going to patch this out or not? Like, I don't even know.
Probably. I mean, I don't know though. I mean, they probably have bigger things to worry about. You know, like making more big goth mommies for Cody and Bob. So I mean, they'll probably leave it in. You know, they got way bigger fish to fry and cook up. So you know.
Are you ready? I'm gonna get on Getty Images and Google search big goth mommies tonight.
Oh no.
That's not a good idea.
It's not.
That's not the vibe for tonight, Cody.
I'll stream
Come on.
it in the Discord. I'll stream it in the Discord. It'll be fine.
Good journey. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not saying it.
Oh no.
Oh man.
I'm not
anyway,
saying it.
No, DJ Bob.
I'm not saying that either. Is that it for our news bite? Have we hit everything?
I think that's the news bite. We've done an hour of news, and boy howdy, did it have a big finish.
It was insane news. There you go.
A big finish.
Let's get to our topic. I'm not saying it.
What?
I'm not saying
what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say it? I'll say it. I don't care.
Does Goth Mommy have
Patreon content?
Only hams? That's what 02K asked.
I'll tell you what, folks. I'll say it in the post show for those that are subbed to Patreon.
I'll say it. We'll say it all. All right.
Well, I'll say it. We'll have a whole discussion about it.
So here's the.
So the topic for tonight, with Christmas being about a week, just shy of a week away. What are your favorite movies, foods, or activities that just get you guys in the holly jolly spirit?
I can think of like 3 things that normally kick off my holiday.
Yeah.
Typically it is Thanksgiving night, settling in, although I haven't gotten to do this in a few years, but if I were to do this, it would put the holiday jimmies right down my chimney. And it would tell me it's time for Christmas, and that's kicking back with my family and watching the entirety of Bob Hope's It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes. Yes, it's so
I love that movie. That movie is
so
like
good.
it is the everything holiday movie because you get so much stuff like in there. It's a musical, it's an action movie, it's a war movie, it's a feel good Christmas special, it's a black. Yes.
Did you say It's a Wonderful Life, or do you mean White Christmas?
You know what I mean? Both. I like both of them.
I like
White
both
Christmas,
of them too, but that's why
It's
I
a
wanted to
Wonderful
make sure
Life
to
is
get you
Christmas
straight,
Eve.
man. That's
My
all.
bad. Thank you.
That's
It's
all.
a Wonderful Life is Christmas Eve. White Christmas is Thanksgiving. So White Christmas is Thanksgiving night. Sorry, I'm in my own world right now. But that being said, it's the everything sandwich of a movie.
It is. It really is, dude.
For what you would want to kick off the season.
With your birthday being in December, do you have do you get, I don't know, like mixed feelings towards December? Are you like, does it appear to be like a very short month for you? Because December as a whole for me feels very short.
It always has. I feel like the meme of the guy on the moon, like with the gun pointed at the back of his head, and it's like it always has been. Like it always has been. Like this month seems short, but the good news, I mean, I've talked about it in the past, especially with the holidays right around the corner. We've talked about it. It gave me great bargaining power for better Christmas gifts or better birthday gifts, earlier Christmas gifts. So it was nice having the bargaining power there, but this month has always blown by, and then being in retail has also made it kind of just go away way faster than I want it to. When I was a kid growing up, like it was like a month-long celebration felt actually like a month-long celebration of Christmas. And nowadays it's like I almost felt no spirit this year. Like we have a Christmas tree up, lights aren't turned on. I can't find our ornaments because we moved and they're packed away somewhere.
There's just a tree sitting in the corner of the room in the dark.
Yep, just
That's
a tree.
so my vibe, though.
That's amazing. I love it.
But next year, listen, I've got a lot more free time. We're going to be putting the lights on the house. We're going to be lighting up that Christmas tree, doing all the ornaments. We are going to watch White Christmas on Thanksgiving, and then It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve. I'm going to do it. So those are my like go-tos. And eggnog. Eggnog. I don't even care if it's the store-bought stuff. And I know we got one fan out there that makes their own. I'll drink it all.
Oh man.
All of it.
Oh.
Nettist out there, he's doing his own eggnog. He posted it in the Discord the other day. He's like, I
saw that, and I need to make real life
you gotta
friends with this
separate the egg
Nettist.
whites, and then you gotta get the. I'm like,
yeah, I agree. Hit that twice for me too.
You're over there doing the pumpkin pie from scratch. Like, let Nettist have his thing. I'm down with him. We'll both crack open
there was a
bottle
time.
of the old nog.
There was a time where he and I tried to make egg flan or flan, as some people say.
Oh yeah,
Flan?
Yeah. Can I find a photo of it now? Because it was like some
Egg
sort of
flan.
There was this is so not Christmas related. There was a YouTube show called Cooking with Dog. And of course, it was like Japanese, so it was like cooking with the dog, and like it was this poodle that would sit on the side of the kitchen bench, and this Japanese lady would cook things and make desserts. And she made egg flan, which is kind of just like a little custardy tart treat. Okay, this is it here. Hang on, this, you see that?
Oh yeah.
We tried to make that and we failed. So like, no surprise that he's out there making his own eggnog. Anyway, totally unrelated.
Jeez.
My Christmas, I suppose, spirit stuff, and I actually meant to order this on vinyl, but I totally forgot. Sounds a little bit like this.
Oh
It
yeah.
cut out, but we got the first three notes.
We got the first three notes, my guy.
Yeah, dude.
Ba-dum-ba-da-dum-bum,
That's
bum.
it. So there was a time when Amber and I had our second Christmas together. I burned that CD, and we played it everywhere we went, and like the whole month of December of 2015. That particular album from the Vince Guaraldi trio, the Charlie Brown Christmas. That's it. That's the one. That's the only music that you need to set the scene for Christmas.
I disagree. I strongly disagree.
What you got? You got Baby Metal Christmas over there, KB?
No, I have Shatner Claus, William Shatner's Christmas album.
Oh my god!
You know, the first track is Jingle Bells, and it goes something like this. He goes,
jingle bells,
jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. And then then there's the chorus, and they're like, they're going ham, and then they cut back to him, dude. It's the greatest Christmas album you'll ever hear. But that's not how I ring in the holiday spirit. I usually sit down with a lot of self-loathing, and then usually crack open a bottle of Jaeger and drown myself in tears, and you know what I mean. Then we wake up and it's 2023. No, I usually what we do is we
your favorite Christmas song is "Because Tonight Will Be the."
That's it, buddy. That's it. No, we usually watch National Lampoon Christmas Vacation to kick off the holiday season because. Nothing says, yeah, that's it, man. Nothing says, Merry Christmas like, shitter's full, Usually that, and then we watch all the greatest hits, man. We watch all the first two Home Alones, the only two that count. We'll watch White Christmas, Christmas Story. We'll watch all that, man, all of it. It's a Wonderful Life is usually typically what I play when I wrap presents, because that's usually when I'm feeling super, super low. So I'm like, well, if I could watch someone else have it worse than I do.
I wish I was never born.
Yeah, and I'm like, see what, see. So it's really the movies, the music, and I don't know, man, just the whole vibe, Christmas is Mrs. KB's holiday. I go downstairs and it's like, a winter wonderland down there. decorated from top. Dude, yeah, that's it.
Like KB's gonna off himself. You better stop right now. Don't do that.
Listen, dude, I walk down the stairs, I hear the music, and it's like I'm floating, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow, so many things. The trees up. Dude, she's got decorations
the train going around the room.
Dude, I'm telling you, if she could, she would, and she's really good at it. She's really good at decorating the house and decorating the outside, and I don't know, she really brings in the vibe of Christmas. And like, even when you're not in the Christmas mood, it's like she wills it into existence, and then it's here. So like, as much as I don't want to celebrate Christmas, I'm like, it's always Christmas.
You're polar opposites. You're in the back office like, everything sucks, and Mrs. KB's downstairs like, la 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 la.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, like it's usually the first like week after Thanksgiving. She has me dig out all the decorations, bring them upstairs, and then I come to, and then there we are. It's Christmas. I wake up from my phasmophobia hunt with Cody and the pack of savage beasts, and then there we are. What's
your all's favorite? Like, obviously, we talked about some of the hits that kind of put you in the Christmas spirit, but what's your favorite Christmas movie? Like, very favorite. I'll go first. I love The Year Without a Santa Claus, the Rankin Bass claymation one with Heat Miser, Cold Miser. I'm Mr. Cold Miser. I'm Mr. Snow. You know that one.
Yeah.
Yes, like that one is my top number one favorite Christmas movie.
Man,
surely you got one.
I have one. I just have a whole lot of them. I really
like them all.
I'm a sucker for A Christmas Carol, man. Any or all of the Christmas Carol renditions, whether it be Flintstones to the OG black and white one, dude. I will watch them all. I mean, and side note with that, Disney has admitted that the Muppets Christmas Carol that they put on there last year had the one song when Love Is Gone removed. They've now added it back in, so I can finally watch that movie without having to pause it, watch a YouTube video to fill it in, and then resume my movie. So I'm very excited for that. So any of you out there, Scrooge, I actually watched that for the first time 2 years ago, DJ Bob, so you'll be proud of me.
Man, Scrooge is good. Good old Bill Murray. I almost said Bill Clinton, Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. But you know, Eric, I know you talked about Peanuts music, but is that also like the ugly little tiny little Poor Pitiful Christmas Tree Charlie Brown movie your favorite one, or is there like a different one?
I mean, that's the tree that I got set upstairs, dude. Like that tree, like that tiny little pissant tree. That's it. My favorite Christmas movie is All of the Other Reindeer.
Yeah, dude, I love that one.
That one's so good. I don't even know why I asked that. I should have known that one. You've told us.
Yeah, fake fan.
There's some people out there. There's some people out there that are going to talk shit about that movie, and you know where they can go? Right on the naughty list.
Straight to HE double hot.
They can right to the naughty list.
Look, right. You know where they can go? They can go see the HR lady I did. Her name's Helena Waite, and you can go to Helen Waite. You know what I mean?
Do you know that's a Simpsons spinoff movie, by the way?
What? All of the Other Reindeer?
All of the Other Reindeer?
Yes, yeah, done by the same people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Matt Groening.
Yep. Cute little movie.
They even have like some similar characters in there. There's like some crossover characters.
Yeah,
really.
I'm gonna actually watch that I'm gonna see if my son wants to watch that later today. He might like to watch the cute little movie.
Dude, I'm mad at myself because my grandparents bought me that movie and it came with the dog, and I lost the movie and the dog.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I wonder why you don't like Christmas, dude.
I have a lot of reasons why I don't like Christmas. That's just one of the
bloody
many.
dog, mate.
That's it, man. A dingo ate my dog.
Oh man. Okay. I looked up Aussie Jingle Bells. All right. I found this on Google. I'm going to read it to you in an Australian accent. Dashing through the bush in a rusty Holden ute, kicking up the dust, Esky in the boot. Kelpie by my side, singing Christmas songs. It's summertime and I'm in my singlet, shorts and thongs.
R&R.
R&R.
Oh, man.
That's my Christmases. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's hot there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's hot there.
Australia sounds like such a wonderful make-believe land, man. I'll tell you what.
About it. I've been living a dream. So what's yours, KB? We've already answered all our Christmas movies, haven't we?
Well, I was gonna say, what about? Or no, did I say my? Yeah, I did. I was gonna say,
like all of the Christmas carols, every iteration.
Dude, there's no bad one. What's your favorite Christmas food? Like, what food it tastes like Christmas?
Y'all aren't gonna like it, but I'm about to say eggnog again. I like eggnog.
Why are you having the hot takes this episode?
I don't know. I didn't ask for this. It's just the mantle that was thrust upon me. Out of the three of us, I feel like I'm the most festive.
You kind of are.
There ain't no iron festive this year.
No, man. Don't worry. I'll be festivus enough for the rest of us.
That's
It'll
fine.
all be okay.
You go ahead. You do you, dude. But eggnog, I don't like. I tried a gas station bought. Tried the old eggnog from Burn Dairy up in the Syracuse area. And just tasted like pancake batter.
Pancake batter. Just pour some pancake batter on me in the name of love.
What's
supposed to be sugar? Don't give me a look.
What's yours, Eric? What tastes like Christmas for you?
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies,
yep.
Nice.
100%. Nice. Amber and I did a Christmas cookie baking stream last year.
I remember that,
which was a wonderful little time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a specific cookie that we can make, which I actually might go grab stuff for that today. My son might like to bake some cookies later. That's pretty much it. And then a good old pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is like this Thanksgiving-ish kind of Christmassy little treat for me. So that's usually what we do. We'll make those cookies once a year, and it'll always be before Christmas. So I might make some.
I did have a food item. I just remembered,
like a legit one, or are you hot taking us again? Okay.
So my mother, every year, she makes me a 10 of these, and they're what are known as Buckeye balls locally.
Oh yeah, we got those.
But it's like this peanut butter coated with like this powdered sugar to give it like this consistency that you can turn into a ball, and then you dip it into like semi-sweet chocolate with paraffin wax, so that way it hardens and solidifies around it, and you pull it out, you put it in the freezer or the refrigerator, and you let it sit, and then you eat it. And those only happen this time of year. Mm-hmm. I've tried to replicate it. I can't replicate it. I haven't asked Ms. Nerd to do so, because it's kind of a mom's thing, and I don't think I will ask her to do so. But I did ask my mom this year. I'm like, hey, can you, instead of just making me a 10, just give me like a 5-gallon bucket full of those things for Christmas? That's all I want.
You know what else is really good?
What else?
My green screen is going to cut it out, so I'm going to turn off my green screen here quickly so you can actually see it. Hang on. Filters, chroma key. So check this out. This right here. These little Pillsbury Doughboy Christmas tree cookies, the reindeer ones. Oh my god!
Yeah, if you leave them in a minute too long, they all burn to a hockey puck.
You need. They do. I love those ones. I love them. I haven't had them in years though, but those are great.
I think that's Mrs. Nerd's favorite too, is sugar cookies in general.
Yep, that's same with Mrs. KB's as well. She loves her good sugar cookie. Me, I gotta be different, you know.
Wendy's double.
No, well, that's just a normal day of the week. I man, what really reminds me of the holidays is we'd always end up like I would sleep over at my aunt and uncle's house Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. It was like that was like the thing. The whole family would come over to their house, and I'd get to stay there early because they would sit there and like they did a whole thing. They would leave like they'd I think my uncle climbed on the roof one year and stomped on it to be like, you better get in bed, Santa's up there. I'm like, he's there, you know what I mean? Then I'd go to bed, or they had like a big walk-in closet, so the little office area where I had like the TV where I'd hook up my PlayStation or whatever console I'd bring with me for the weekend. They'd have little hammer, and they'd like hammer stuff and make it sound like the elves are working in there, dude. It was great. I loved it.
That's awesome.
But like the best thing, and I'm sure everybody's mom, a grandma, aunt, or somebody had it, like the old like wicker baskets where you could like put like food in them.
Yes.
They would fill it up with jalapeno kettle chips and some sort of snack mix, and that right there, we went to the store tonight, and I said, or this morning, and I said, hey, I need to get a bag of Dots Pretzels Original, and we have our
He's got him,
dude, look,
God.
You already know.
Not a sponsor, but Dot, I know I keep offering. If you're listening out there, Dot, let me tell you what's Dot's full name. Doesn't tell me.
Dorothy.
So her name's just going to be Dot Homestyle Pretzels. Dot Homestyle Pretzels. Consider us. I will absolutely like hawk all of your wares. Dot's Pretzels for life, baby.
The pride of Dakota right here, man, in my hand. But no, so we got a couple bags of these. We have a couple things of Gardetto snack mix, and that's gonna be like on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Those will be out, and I'll be sitting there just living my best life, you know, snacking away. So snack food is actually what puts me in the holiday mood.
Apparently, my son is upstairs singing "Humpty Dumpty pissed his egg" at the top of his voice upstairs.
Man, I hate
Humpty Dumpty's piss running down his leg.
Nothing worse than pissing your egg, man.
Humpty Dumpty pissed his egg. Humpty Dumpty pissed down his leg.
What else, man? What else? I'm trying to think of other things, you know. It's holiday. Well, I mean, it's at this
just
point,
add
Eric,
some sleigh bells behind it as a backing track.
Dude,
it'll turn anything holiday.
At this point, I just think anything's holiday in Australia. You could tell me you guys throw pineapples at each other, and I'd be like, it's a wacky Australian Christmas. Like,
or we put pineapples outside our front door upside down. Some people do that too.
Hubba hubba.
No, that ain't me.
But yeah, I mean, it's the holidays, man, and you know, tis the season to be jolly.
I see. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Kensleby has a story about that. Kensleby, you should call in.
You should call in.
Kensleby, you should call in. I'll open up the
phone lines.
I'll open up the phone line for you. I would love to hear your story. I would love for you to call in right now. and we can end the show on a high note. Phone lines open. Call in, Kelsby. I'm sure.
I feel like this show's been nothing but a high note.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Time. Oh man,
is that it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
That's it.
Is that
it?
it?
At the end of the show, dudes.
I think so. I mean,
call, phone. Oh wait, no, you're not asking. Is that it? You're just like trying to figure
I'm trying.
out.
I don't remember what it is. I don't know. I don't know if I set it up.
I was like, yeah, I think that's the end of the show. You know.
All right.
I don't know.
What Kensby may or may not call in with this pineapple story allegedly, so we'll see. But there's
how do you know it's about pineapple?
I'm
What
assuming
if it's about what if it's about Humpty peeing himself?
Oh, she says in the live chat, let me run upstairs, please hold.
All right.
Please hold.
So we are going to keep these lines open just a little bit longer before we wrap up.
All right, we're gonna the phone's gonna ring. I don't know.
You know what else?
Yeah.
You know what else, man? Before Kensby calls, and you know what was the biggest memory for me for Christmas when my uncles got drunk off Plinkovac.
What the
I
heck
don't
is
know what
that?
that is. That sounds like a drug.
She is calling.
Oh, beautiful.
Noise cancellation. Hang on, Kensby. I know you called. I just need to make sure that it's set to the right thing here. Okay, Kensby. It didn't come through the normal audio stream. I'm going to call you back. Can I audio call? Can I call you, Kensby? Can I call you back? Can I double click to call? Call.
Call.
How do you call? How do you call back on Skype? How do you do that? Yes, you can.
Hey Siri.
Connecting.
Call Kensby.
Is it? Can you hear that?
Not the ringing, but we might be able to hear her voice
Jeez.
when she picks up.
Well, hello there.
Well, hello, Kensby. Can you guys hear Kensby?
I think.
Not yet, but
Hold on.
I'm going to mute my
I
mic.
cannot
hear you
if you're talking.
All right,
Just hear
that's
me.
fine. You guys mute your stuff. Kensby and I are just going to chat. You just do whatever. Kensby, thank you for calling in. I'm sorry that nothing is set up to properly route you through
Are you
the
there?
guys, but whatever. Wait, can you not hear me? You can't hear me. God Almighty. Hang on. I hear you. Just hold the line. Hold the line.
I can't hear you. I will try calling one more time.
Oh, it's me. It's a me problem. It's a me problem. Hang on. Hold on. This is my fault for not setting it up. Broadcast microphone, chat mic. There we go. Okay. Now we got it. Now we got it. That's my fault. Okay, you can hear me. You can hear me now, right?
I sure can.
Okay. I'm very sorry none of this is set up. So what's your story?
Okay. So my story is I work for a home building company, and one of our communities that we build in is a 55 and older community, meaning that people that live there are 55 years and older. So I learned about pineapples and their meaning because we actually had someone who was building a house out there come in and talk about all of the upside down pineapples they were seeing in this 55 and older community. Because apparently it's a big thing out there, and none of us knew about it for the longest time.
Is it a seniors only kind of deal?
It's a seniors only kind of deal. So there's all of these 55 and older people that just live in this community with pineapples everywhere, all times of the year.
I see. So for those that you may or may not be you may or may not want to be the one to elaborate, but what does the upside down pineapple mean?
So typically that upside down pineapple is a sign that the people living in that house are swingers. And if you don't know what that is, you can definitely use the Google.
You can Google that. So people are asking for you to build swing sets inside of retirement homes, essentially. Is that correct?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, kind of.
That's so weird.
Yes.
That's so weird.
That's my story about pineapples.
Well, thank you, Kensby. I'm so glad that you could call in. Thank you for bearing with me setting this up. And what a wonderful story that is. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you guys
All right.
later.
Ta-da.
Okay.
Holy cow.
That's amazing.
That is so good.
That's
it makes
amazing.
sense though. Not to get too grotesque, but I've heard nursing homes have the highest uninfected to infected ratio with sexually transmitted infections out of anywhere in the United States. And I've already said when Mrs. Nerdwire passes away before I will, because I'm immortal, I'm going straight to the nursing home.
There you go. Maybe you can find a big mommy there.
Yeah. Big, tall, goth, elderly mommy.
Sorry, Shirley, don't mind my colostomy bag here. We're still going to give you a great time.
Just got to stand there and just like slap it as I tell her.
Oh, man.
Don't mind it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
What the heck, dude?
I dig it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Just a couple of reminders out there for you all. Not hanging up pineapples. We got... Oh, yeah, we got to wrap this up, don't we?
Yeah, go ahead. Now you can thank everybody.
Yeah, now you can do it.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Just a couple of reminders out there. We do have the Patreon. Patreon exclusive content. We do want to thank these people: Kinsleby, Extreme DJ Bob Listen, Sarah, The Waiting Place, Pondy 98, Chucky, No Toes 9266, JD, Milark 5542, I Was a Bullfrog, Shanacles, and Legion Gaming. No thanks, Nettist. For supporting us. 3 tiers, more content, more often. It is on like Patreon, where you get some of the coolest extra content we've ever put out. My favorite content, specifically, the Midnight Snack. Breakfast of Champions, the Midnight Snack, where we get down and dirty into the realities of our work lives and the balance that we cannot bring to them. You do not want to miss that episode.
If you want the phone shop stories that you guys have been asking about forever, let me tell you, you have absolutely no idea.
You really don't.
I can't even begin to say it. I can't even begin to tell you.
Just make sure you subscribe.
You can't even get that sentence out.
just make sure you subscribe to Tier 3 so you can get in on all that good content. And there's a lot for you to gobble up.
Yep. So much of it. So much to just go gobble on.
You'll have people lining up at the front door and the back door.
To gabagool.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know, fellas. This has been good. Is this our last show before?
I don't think this is our last stream. Of course, we're going to flick over to the post show after this. I think there was preliminary talks about a Christmas cardy. Might do some community game night action on this channel here next Friday night, perhaps, to kind of have like a faux work Christmas party with you guys. We'll put on our ugly sweaters, put a Yule log on, and hang out and do some stuff. And yes,
we do a white elephant gift, but it's like URLs to Unspoken, what the link will actually go to and what you end up with. Yeah, open it on stream.
Yeah, make sure you drop the kids off at grandma's, because it's gonna get real in her.
Oh man, no, I'm throwing it out.
Wow.
Anyway, but no, come on by. Hopefully Friday night we're gonna try to do some game night with you guys. We will not be doing Jackbox Party Pack at all ever again, forever and always. But we will be doing some Mario Kart, I would assume.
Yep.
Mario Kart's a good one for all of us. And if you guys have suggestions and would like to play some specific games, let us know in the new Breakfast of Champions Discord.
And
under the chit chat channel.
If you have Discord Nitro, you can use the emotes Discord wide. And for those who are subscribed and support here on our Twitch page, you'll actually get access to these emotes once they get approved. Because unfortunately, there's a little bit of an approval process. So there you go. Trying to give you guys as much value, and we really want to appreciate, let everybody know that we appreciate y'all for being a part of this wider community here this year. And you know what? It's been 6 months since KB and I started the show, and look at us now. We got a player 3. I think everything has gone fantastically, and the show has exceeded my expectations this year.
Wait a minute, we've been here for 6 months? We've been doing this?
Yeah.
Wow.
We started June.
So
happy 6 months, you two, and I'm really glad you hung up the upside down pineapple to invite me in.
So hold on. So
that was your sign.
This will be the last episode of the year, right?
This will be the last episode of the year. Correct.
So, all right. So next year, Cody, me and you will do something.
There's no next year.
We'll get something going. So I mean, there's no next year. It'll just be Cody and I. We'll do something. We'll call it, I don't know. We'll call it Pineapple Express. I don't know.
The show's done.
The show's done.
To black.
No, dude, I can't believe it's been like legit 6 months. Like that's
great. Nerdwire called in on episode 2, so like he's been here the entire time.
He's been here. He's just been in the shadows plotting. Look at him. Look at him scheming. That's the face of a schemer. That's Hacker Man right there. I just play one on TV. Hacker Man.
You look like it. Any last Christmas words here from the Hollywood hacker himself?
I do want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. If you guys don't get to join us for our hopefully Friday show, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a good New Year. Thank you guys so much for spending 6 months with Eric Lag and Katsuna Bites, and then I guess however long I've been here, I don't know.
6 days.
Thanks for coming back every single day. 6 days. Yeah, 6 days. Thank you guys so much for coming back every single week, supporting the channel, supporting us. Legitimately, we could not do this without your support feasibly. The show is important. It's something that I really like being able to come on here and do, and I want to wish you guys on the show here with me a Merry Christmas also.
Thank you. And we're going to flick on over to our post show, but I have one last thing. If anybody ever dare say Happy Holiday to me instead of Merry Christmas, you have no